There we go. We'll go.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club's Pitstop, our little Wednesday treat where we talk about sim racing, real racing, and everything in between. The big news, I suppose, the big news we should kick off with. I don't know if you've seen, because I only just saw it, about Kimi Raikkonen.
It's only rumor though, isn't it? At the minute, nothing's come out
Oh, is
from it.
it?
Yeah, the route. I believe
Oh,
it's
right.
French TV company Canal Plus have released Kimi Raikkonen retiring, Bottas to go to take Raikkonen's seat, and then Russell to Mercedes. But apparently, nothing's going to be officially announced until Monza, which is a week after next.
See, I wasn't sure. It was just, I read one of the fan site websites and they were all sort of like saying, goodbye, Kimi, and oh, no, and Kimi this and Kimi that. So I thought
Apparently,
it was a official, but no. We'll have to
apparently
hold station on that.
the the source is apparently really quite reliable.
No,
So
I imagine, I don't know, it'd be more relieved, Kimi Raikkonen or Alfa Romeo. I've heard the team radios, they're famous.
yeah, yeah. Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, and there's all sorts of stuff. I've heard all sorts of him telling them off when they're telling him to come in the pits, and then they tell him to stay out. And he's like, "It's too late now. I'm in the pits."
Mm, yeah,
So he does give that team a hard ride, but they need to. That's what they need—a bit of professionalism going on.
I think that
It's going to be a big loss.
I think it gives any team a hard ride, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised he got away with it at Ferrari for as long as he does. They don't like being told what's what, do they?
Yeah, but I think they liked him at Ferrari because he was, he was just happy to drive, weren't he? I think that's what he's been the last few years, just happy to drive.
Yeah, get in the car and just let's go. Let's not mess about.
But yeah, apparently was
But
told
yeah,
officially that should all be announced at Monza weekend, which is a week
uh,
after week. Yeah, next weekend.
and I saw the cruelest interview just before Spa with George Russell and Bottas sat on a sofa together,
So,
and they're trying to question what teams they're driving for, and neither of them would say they're both shifty. Although George looked, I don't know, George looked a little happier than Bottas did in that conversation. So
well, I think
I suppose,
take away his front row quality and his subsequent second place, if you want to call it that.
mhm.
He was definitely had a bounce in his step all weekend. I managed to. I had Friday off work, so I sat there and watched some of the practice and the interviews and the build-ups and stuff like that. He definitely had a spring in his step.
Definitely, yes, yes. Well, we'll have to wait for that announcement, I suppose.
Yeah,
As always, we'll get through the week we have had in the Virtual Racers Club. I don't know who's out there, but some people might have to help me out with the Bathurst. I know I was there,
oh,
but
blimey.
I can't quite remember who finished in what positions. I'm not going to go through the whole of the Bathurst, just us. But
Well,
first of all, we've got Vision to get through. Laguna Seca, have you got over it? Are you still waking up late at night with a cold sweat?
um, yeah, I'm over it, but yeah, it was just a disaster of a round that started right from the exit of the second corner. It ruffled my feathers a bit too much, and then yeah, when I actually looked back at it, it was nothing. If anything, it was my own fault for not giving Alexis a bit more space than what he probably deserved.
All right. No, well, I wasn't even talking about the incident, just the whole round in a round, really. The
Oh no,
the
I'm just
whole.
saying, yeah, but the whole round, it just snowballed from there for me.
Mm.
Couldn't find a flow, couldn't find a rhythm, couldn't find the grip.
I know how you feel, man. I know. I had one of them.
So
But we'll get onto that. We'll get through Laguna Seca first, round three of the Vision, the VGT. Catula. He
yeah,
thought he
man
was
on
in
fire.
Spain, didn't he?
He was a man on fire.
He was not. He was not giving. He was just giving. There was only one result for him at that round. I think he knew
And
before he even turned a wheel.
that gnarly strategy he come out with for the feature race as well.
Oh yeah, I remember I had the stream issues, and I kept saying that there was a GT Sport glitch. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I totally missed it. It went straight by me. I thought, what's? He's got the wrong tires on. He's got the wrong tires. He
It,
must have watched. If he watched them back, he must have been laughing at me. He must have been saying, "You know nothing, thingamajig. What are you talking about?"
Well, no, it don't help with the your internet issues or PlayStation issues, whatever the problem was. But
Yeah.
but yeah, two stops, two super soft stints, and a medium stint to finish it off with. I mean, I think you called it right in the stream that Sharon just had no answer to him.
No,
when he
and I
came
imagine
out on the fresh mediums.
Yeah, and I imagine Sharon was driving around thinking, because I don't know if he knew what tyres he'd gone on to, but he must have been thinking, why is he pulling away from me? Why is he pulling away from me?
Yeah, exactly.
And then coming out, and I thought he hadn't got enough time. I thought he had to make up about 25 seconds. He pulled about 21 seconds, then pitted and came out behind him. And I thought, no, it's done. It's done. He hasn't done enough. But obviously, the fresher mediums was just enough for him. To take the fight to Sharon.
He only snatched it by a whisker, though, didn't he? It weren't a massive margin.
He did. No, it was close. It was a close one. That was fun. That was a fun race. It's got to be said. But the results were in the sprint race. We had Katula first, Sharon in second, and Digital Blasphemy came third. And then in the feature, which was the one we've just been talking about, Katula taking the win by a whisker from Sharon. And then Homesick Alien coming home in a third. But that really was who could stay facing forward, wasn't it, in that race? Yeah. For the podiums.
Both races, there was plenty of drop-offs, plenty of people falling off.
It was a tough fight for everyone out there. It was a hard round.
It's one of them that I look at it and think, yeah, that's going to be really, really fun. And then, like, the closer it gets to it, it's like, maybe I shouldn't have picked that track, but
yeah. You got to put challenging ones in now and again, yeah.
Well, yeah,
that's it.
I get mentioned to quite often that I don't like to make things easy, and I'm making it hard for myself as well as anybody else that signs up for my league. So
that's it. So, but nice easy one this tomorrow.
Yeah, straight
Monza.
A couple of wiggly bits.
Yeah, just that first chicane you've all got to worry about at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't
feeding through.
I think the car should be all right around there. See what the back end's like. I'm trying to get the power down out of Parabolica first. When I get into the practice lobby tomorrow. But yeah, should be fun. Should be good.
Great. And then obviously Saturday we had the Bathurst thing. I'm going to go off memory here. I'm not sure. Talleyrand did the first stint.
Yes.
I mean, Racer Brown, he qualified in, is it 9th?
8th.
I think it was 8th or 9th.
Give me a second. I'll get everything up.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I've written down our stuff, but I didn't have time. Like I said, I've been out all day today, so I've only just got in.
That's why I didn't bother you today going, are we doing it? Are we doing it? I just thought I'd drop you a message. If you weren't going to do it, I've got everything, near enough everything open on my computer ready to go. Just in case. Oh no, they haven't done the results. Yes, no, hello. No,
hello.
No, sorry. That's just the chapter. I don't want that.
No.
All of these other groups, they don't lay everything.
They don't make it easy, do they? Now I looked at what.
Go on, you carry on. I'll see what I can find.
Yeah, no, well, I went on there and looked at their spreadsheet, and I didn't even understand what was going on. I thought we would have been higher than what they put us, but obviously not. But I was just talking about.
It's the fact it's all added times and stuff like that. It is really quite difficult to read.
It is. But I'll have a look right at the beginning of the stream, and I can tell you where Mr. Brown went.
Where is he? Stint 1. Talleyrand finished in 9th.
Yeah. And Racer Brown must have qualified it. Hang on, I've got the grid up. Let me see if I can.
This is how we do it. We just the entire group is stuck together with sticky tape, string, and bubblegum. We're nowhere near as organised as what we appear to be.
Yeah, Racer Brown qualified in 9th. So Talleyrand, he did okay, didn't he? He did a great job because I don't think he got to get a lot of practice in there, and I think he was on the fly.
Yeah.
Didn't really sort of, he had to get used to the setup and stuff like that. So I think he did a great job because he dropped quite far back. I think he got damaged. I think someone had a jump start in front of him, so I think he had to pick up damage. So he fought back to finishing ninth in the end. Guesty, I've got a feeling he finished in 10th, but I can't be sure.
Hold on.
So he would have taken over in ninth because they just started the stints where you ended, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Guesty finished, after Guesty's stint, we were in 8th.
Oh, so he might have made a position up then. Not bad. Not bad then, because it looked like he was having a tough one. Because I saw someone overtook him, and I did hear the commentator saying, "Oh, that's a straightforward one, that one." But the dude just slipstreamed him down the Conrod Straight, and then like just as they got to the chase, he pulled right in front of Guesty into the braking zone. And spanked the gang. I don't know what they thought Guesty was going to do with that situation. I mean, someone's just pulled in front of you and then put the anchors on. The bloke should have stayed to the left and protected his line, not pulled in front of Guesty. But hey, I'm not a marshal over there. I'm not a steward, so Guesty give him a little knock.
Yeah, I've fallen out with many other league admins for arguing about incidents very similar to that.
It just seemed harsh to me. It just seemed a harsh move. Yeah, he got a great move on him out the slipstream, but jumping right in front of him and putting the anchors on, it's a tough one for Guesty to know what was going on, really. He probably just thought, what the...
If that ever happened in our group, man, we know what the call would be more than likely.
Yeah.
And the call would be an RI because of exactly what you're saying there. But yeah, no, I think Guesty did us well. His first outing in BRC Motorsport, which was a tough one to say the least.
Oh God, yeah.
It did us good, man. Definitely did us good.
Yeah. And then Homesick Alien had the third stint, which I've got to say, he raised it, didn't he? He raised his game. I think in the end he came 6th or something like that.
He was in 4th at one point, from what I was.
Well, he had 4th covered off because that was the stint I commentated on, and he had 4th covered over, but he just don't know. He had a moment. He hadn't touched the wall, got any damage his whole stint, but near the end there, he just had a little knock on the wall and got a bit of damage. So he had to bring it in. Yeah, he had to bring it in. So he dropped a couple of places. Then he got back up to 5th, and at the end there, him and some bloke called Scott Skynet. I think he races for ESR. I can't be 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure it was ESR. Them two had an absolute battle royale. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch around Bathurst. A fair few laps they were at it.
Yeah, Scotty Skynet, ESR team one.
Yeah.
But yeah, after the Homesick stint, for some strange reason, we end up in 9th.
Yeah, well, I think Racer Brown got damaged early on, but I mean, Jesus, Racer Brown jumped out of an aeroplane.
Oh, mate, no.
He had to rush back to the race. I don't know how his head was in.
After Homesick stint, we were in 9th.
It's weird, isn't it?
Brown stint, man, Jesus. Last place at one point, weren't he?
Yeah, I know. And his headspace must have been all over the place when he first jumped in the car. But by the end of the stint, it was like I even turned around and said in the chat, the comments bit of the YouTube, because the commentator was like, saying, he's got no chance. And I'm like, don't write him off. Don't write Racer Brown off. He'll be coming. He'll be coming for that position. I think he fought hard, put some really mega laps in, and I think he got 8th or something like that.
Yeah,
so
definitely a great comeback drive, considering, like I said, he was in 14th quite early on. But yeah, he finished somewhere around that 8th. But and yeah, again, he just completely Racer Brown the race, really, didn't he? That's what he did. That's what he does. He can have a spin off in the early laps and end up coming through and destroying everybody else with effortless ease as well. It might be worth adding.
Yes.
I think
definitely. I see you, Ruben. We're going to have you up in a second, man. We're just getting through this Bathurst chat.
But yeah, after the provisional race result, anyway, I've not seen anything official yet. We finished in P10 overall, which, for I know that I was saying a podium and top 5 and stuff like that, but P10 is more than respectable. Round bar first with full damage, and against the caliber of competition we had.
Definitely.
Super proud of all 5 of you, to be honest with you. And you doing 6 hours comms, mate.
Oh man, it surprised me how much it took it out of me the next day. I thought, it'd be a piece of piddle, but yeah, I was burnt out the next day. I've got to admit.
Well, yeah, you could tell that from Sunday.
Oh yeah, we'll get on to that. Well, we'll chat to Ruben first before we move on to the Red Bulls.
Yeah, go on then.
Waving his hand around, he can't wait to get up here to say hello.
Hello.
Hello there, Ruben. How are you?
Yeah, good.
You did a lap of Bathurst as well, didn't you?
Yeah, and then my connection said fuck me.
Yeah, you were racing for full throttle, wasn't it? Full throttle racing or something like that. You stepped in.
Yeah.
I mean, again, no practice.
Yeah, no practice at all.
Someone else's setup.
I made my own setup.
Oh, did you? They didn't even recommend a setup for you, no?
Yeah, they did, but it was shit.
Oh, okay.
Because the downforce was like you're getting too much oversteer in the corners.
Oh, okay.
It was only top speed.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I've been racing in the Italian league.
Yeah, which car was you racing in the
in the Lexus.
Oh, a Lexus. Yeah. You don't want that oversteery, do you?
Yeah, it's really oversteery.
No.
Yeah. And then I tried some Assist Corsa in the Italian league.
Okay. And how's it going?
Yeah, hard. Because the best in the Italian league are raced from Assist Corsa and Gran Turismo. I feel
they're a big leap apart, aren't they?
Yeah. One of the best people is racing there. Holy shit, I feel shit. Feel like a noob.
Well, that's the way you get but good though, isn't it? Racing against the best.
Yeah,
that's how you get your game.
But is it just me, or Assist Corsa is feel like a lot harder to drive than Gran Turismo?
I've only got the Competiziano one, but yeah, I like the feeling of it, but I think GT Sport seems that it's a lot more user friendly. It seems you can just jump in and crack on, where I have to have a bit of practice in the cars on Assetto Competiziano, whatever it's called, Forza Competiziano, ACC, I'll call it.
Yeah, ACC.
Yeah, it seems I can't just jump in and play that. Whereas GT Sport, I feel like I can get in, you can get on, and you can just crack on, sort of thing. You can get up pace pretty quick. But ACC seems like it's a lot more work. That's why I don't think I've played it that much. I haven't got the time for it.
Because holy shit, I did we drive I don't remember, the Lotus 211 GT4 with damage on, no ABS, no traction control, like nothing.
Yeah.
It's really hard because it's really oversteery. Also, if you just tap on the brake, it's blocked.
Really?
And then you need to really not touch the brake.
Oh gosh. Well, you need the brake. You need the brake for the corners.
Yeah, I only use the gas most of the time. Just take the throttle off, then.
Oh my. So you're getting used to it, are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But
other than that, you all good, Ruben? You did you enjoy your Bathurst experience?
Yeah, I had like 4 laps.
You're gonna have to sort that internet out.
Yeah. Because I have 100 here.
Oh, what? Internet?
Yeah, internet.
Oh, right. Okay. I wonder why. I suppose maybe it's because it's cross servers, and possibly. I don't know. I don't really know about
in my city, they have been closed internet stations because they make the new one like 50 kilometers away.
Oh, right, yeah. Bit far.
Yeah, and then before it was like 100, and then
Oh, right, well.
it was a little bit closer.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but
Still not enough.
yeah, like 100 is like not a lot.
You'll have to move house.
Yeah, yeah, or just take a little bit higher internet thing.
Yeah, well, I did in the end. I bumped mine up to the middle one. I have a lower version, and then when I started racing these guys at VRC, I got the nickname Scattermajig because my car would be scattering all over the track.
Yeah.
So I bought myself a LAN lead to plug into the back and got Virgin to give me a new router and put me up a level into middle level. So,
yeah. Yeah, here you can get like 1,000, but it's not a lot of, not all place you can get it because the streets here is old as fuck.
oh,
And
oh
then
dear.
it's really old because it took us like 4 months to get the internet we have.
All right. Oh, that's a shame. It's not good for a sim racer, is it? It's not what sim racers need.
Yeah.
You need a 5G mast right outside your house.
Yeah, I just set it right in my garden.
Yeah, put a 5G mast up and then you run off your phone.
Yeah, that would be funny. Just have the 5G.
Yeah.
I have
Cool.
tried. I don't know, on phone. Holy shit, it is good.
Yes, Skyjacker. I think when he's worked away before, he's raced on his phone before, and he says it's okay. I thought it weren't going to work. 'Cause that's one of the things they were trying to tell me to get around my Scattermajig thing, is just run off my phone.
Yeah, but you need a phone with 5G.
No. I first tried it a couple of years ago now when I was with Sky for my broadband.
It's mine.
It was really, really bad, really shocking. And yeah, this was way back when I was doing dailies and stuff like that still. And I just thought I'd try it, just to see what it's like. I ended up using my phone for about a month.
Yeah.
It doesn't use a lot of data. It's uploading,
It's cheap.
downloading decals, liveries, pictures, videos, and stuff like that chews up all your data. And when I moved house earlier on this year, I had to do it again because obviously no internet for 2 weeks or something like that.
Mm.
All I did was make sure that somebody else hosted the lobby for me, and there was no issues at all for racing using your mobile phone. And that's just with 4G. And when I'm talking about when I was doing it a while ago, that was 3G just when 4G was coming in. So it was okay.
Yeah, it's good.
If anybody's ever experiencing any internet issues or something like that, it's the first thing I'd recommend, just purely because it does work. It's not the best, but it does work, and it ties everybody over.
Yeah, but I need to talk with Pat about a livery.
With Pat about a livery?
Pat.
What for? What for?
SF19 for the Amigos SF90 race.
Oh, right, over at the Amigos, guys. I think I saw them racing that yesterday at the Broadbean thing.
Yeah, is it the 7th of September? It is that race I need to go to.
Okay.
Good luck in that.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm sure Pat will be happy to oblige. He's out there.
Yeah. I just need to
send him a message.
Yeah.
Sorry?
What are you eating?
Oh, sorry, pizza. The pizza's just arrived. I'm trying to do it on the sly. I apologise.
Just see my food is ready.
I was just wondering what you were eating, that's all.
A chicken barbecue from Domino's.
Oh, Domino's. We don't have Domino's here.
Well, you eat proper pizza. You're Italian. You probably think you don't eat American pizza.
No, I have tried it once. Domino's.
Well, that's the best we get over here in the UK.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut's a bit greasy. I mean, I've had the nice crispy proper Italian pizza. It's nice, but it's just not as filling as a Domino's.
Yeah, but it's also cheaper.
Mm.
Much cheaper.
Yeah, much cheaper.
Much cheaper.
Yeah.
After working in Italy for, when I first started my job a couple of years ago now, I was bouncing backwards and forwards from Italy for, a week or 2 weeks and stuff like that. Yeah, mate. I mean, you're talking, what, €5 for a large pizza?
Mm.
That's,
close to
like
that.
it cost us like £20 for something the same size. Ridiculous.
Jeez. I was going to say, Italian pizza ain't cheap over here. No. Okay, well, Ruben, I'll Pat, do him a VRC livery for his Super Formula. If he's racing over there with the Amigos. Nice orange black one he wants.
Yeah.
Right.
Orange and black.
That's it. Well, Ruben, I'm going to slam you back in the audience. Just for now, you can come back up. We're going to touch on Spa, and I'm sure there's going to be a few people who want to come up and have an opinion about that.
Yeah.
So, what about you? What about Raikkonen? He used to drive for your team. Well, he's still driving for your team, I guess.
Hmm?
Kimi Raikkonen, you heard any news on that?
No.
No, there's a rumour going around he's retiring at the end of the season.
Holy shit.
I
Oh, wow.
just posted a screenshot of a news article in real life motorsport chat.
Yeah, I saw like a thing from the F1 app, like a breaking news. I didn't see it. Like, can I see it?
I wonder what he's going to go and dominate next.
Yeah, IndyCar,
Yeah,
GT.
I think anything he turns his hand to, I think he'll do well at. Even if he's a lazy git, though, he might just stay at home. He might say, sod it, can't be bothered.
Yeah, because he has the money for it to just stay.
Mm.
Can do a Nico Rosberg.
No, he won't go away. He's on my telly all the time. I wish he would go away.
Yeah, well, I don't think Kimi would make a great commentator.
No, he's not going to be a pundit, that's for sure. I think he'd be brilliant, though. His opinion, they'd go to Kimi, he'd just go, blah. Yeah.
Who is going to take his seat?
They say Bottas, possibly.
Yeah,
Bottas to Alfa Romeo.
Bottas
That's a rumour.
That's the biggest undergrade.
Yeah, I know. Well, he is wherever he goes. He'd be an undergrade for Mazepin, I think. Nah, that's harsh. I know.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
I think maybe Leclerc's brother, maybe.
Maybe he's around.
I'd like to see Mick Schumacher in something better than a Haas.
Yeah.
Alfa Romeo is like literally one step up the grid, but it's still better than a Haas.
Mm.
Yeah, it's better than a Haas because.
Well, the rumor I've heard is they're going to try and sell that to Ganassi.
Really?
Ganassi's interested. Well, apparently so. A little article I read because Haas just wants to get rid of it, doesn't he?
I'm not surprised.
That's why they've not spent no money on it this season. No, well, that's why they have got the paid driver of Mazepin, who's really much funding the whole team. Yeah. And Mick, they're doing for Ferrari engines and the Ferrari bits.
Yeah.
So Haas don't have to. But now, apparently, I read an article where it said Ganassi might be interested. He might want to take it over.
Yeah, did you see the Spa Grand Prix match?
Yeah, we'll get on to that. Yeah, we're gonna have a chat on that. It wasn't a race, was it? Let's face it. But we've got to do our weekly roundup, and we're gonna have a good old chat about Spa. So I'll let you get back up here then, Ruben. But I'll put you back in chat for time being.
I'll just move myself in it. Can just do that.
Oh, okay. Oh, bless you.
Thanks.
Right. So where were we? We've done the divisions. Red Bull. We'll do our stuff first before we talk about the real life stuff because
it's more exciting.
That's good. I think we're going to be chewing the fat on Spa for a little bit. I think it's a great debate. So we've got Red Bull, Dragon. We've done Bathurst. A great job, all in the BRC guys and everyone else. The Pace team did great. Yeah. And there was a few of our friends, ESR. And
it was a good shout.
Yeah, SNL, of course. Yeah. I felt, who was it? Was it Jim driving around with that damage? And I kept sort of saying on the commentary, dude, just go in. You're losing way too much time. But I understand. They've got a strategy. They want to stick to it. They want to. We saw a couple of them last night driving around with damage, and I just think sometimes you just lose a bit too much time for it, and you're not enjoying it as much.
As we were saying to Matt last week, though, it's it's that weighing up. Am I going to lose 20 seconds in a pit stop, or can I keep going and only lose a couple of attempts per lap for a stop?
Yeah.
You know, it's weighing it up, which is always tricky when you don't have teammates in your ear, or you know.
No, that's it. Yeah.
You know, when you're on the track on your own, it's a tricky thing to try and work out and judge.
But yeah, Snell did great. They did great.
Oh, yeah,
but yeah, so that's Bathurst. We'll put that to an end, and we'll move on to Red Bull Junior X. All right. Well, at the Dragon's Trail Seaside, which I've got to say, it was a great track. It was great fun driving it around that. I didn't mind at all. I thought it was quite steady around there. I didn't think it was shaky. The chicane of death wasn't half as scary as I thought it was going to be.
No,
it seemed
COD was definitely a lot easier than what I was expecting. I found the worst corner was the turn 2 and 3 chicane on the exit. Just where it goes up and over that little crest. And you
top of the hill, yeah. Sort of really unstable, the car. It really was a bit shaky, and you're just thinking, where am I going to end up? Am I going to end up over there? Am I going to end up here? But yeah, it. I mean, I'll get onto my issues yet, but I'll go through the results. So race 1, Binko got a win. Great
First
stuff.
league win.
Brilliant stuff. First, yeah, we had a first in every race, didn't we? So Binko got his first league win. Did a great job. Just disappeared. Left him for dust, didn't he?
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Shiren got second. Shiren's always on the podium. He's like the Russian Racer Brown. And Skyjacker, yourself, got third.
Yeah.
Well done. Good stuff, man. Then in race 2, Talaran got his first win in the Red Bull Junior Series, I believe.
Talaran, yeah.
He did a great job.
Season,
Racer Brown came second, standard. And then Uncle B Darren got his first podium in third. He was driving around in second for a long time. I thought, he might edge this in second, but Racer Brown, he caught him up, and he's a force to be reckoned with. So, but Uncle B Darren, well done for your first podium.
In his
third round
race, because he DNF'd
the
other 2 from last week.
Yeah, he did. So yeah, Uncle might be one to keep an eye on in the future.
Seems that way.
He might be a bit handy, yes. And then in race 3, Shiren, the Russian sensation, took the win. We had 3 different winners at Dragon's Trail. Great stuff. I love it when it's mixed like that. It shows that it's anyone can do it.
Right, it showed that the ballast thing and everything like that's working.
It did seem to work well there. And then we had Electric in second, his first podium for us here at Virtual Racers Club. And on merit as well. I think that was fine. That was great stuff. And Anton Poika back up there. I mean, he dominated the round before, but he got a podium in that third race. Looked like he was stuck in a crowd. I think he couldn't stretch his legs. It seemed.
Couldn't clear. I mean, that's the struggle with qualifying with the extra ballast, isn't it?
The weight, yeah.
Unless you're going to romp it, you're going to be stuck mid-pack. I mean, Anton got a 6th and a 5th in the first 2 races, so he just improved as soon as that weight dropped off.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
I had an absolute abysmal one. I thought me and Turtle had, because Turtle was right on my back, really close to behind me, and I saw his little blue arrow on my outside as we come through that tight hairpin or whatever it was, and I didn't feel a knock, but suddenly he just wasn't there anymore, and I couldn't concentrate on the racing because I just thought, I've had him off. I'm sure I've had him off. And then so I pulled over and let him through, but he must have had a bit of a spin because by the time he'd gone through, we were both like 20 odd seconds behind the rest of the pack. And then I started pushing like an idiot to try and, get back by him and try and catch the pack up. And I just was having offs all over the place, which wasn't a terrible thing. But I think that was down to a bit of Spa, the Sunday afternoon, which we'll get onto after this. And a little bit of the 6 hours commentating the day before. Yeah, I just my head wasn't in the game, I think, for that one. Okay. And then we had a false start on race 2. Electric got stuck on the grid. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, you even sent me the results of race 1 to say you're going to have to do the grid. You're going to have to manually do the grid.
Yeah, especially when you bounced out of the lobby,
Yeah, because Turtle left and Electric left.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I clicked on the results page and I went, well, no, they're all still in the places that they should be. And I just forgot that that doesn't matter if they've left the lobby. So yeah, I started the race, and then as soon as the race started, I thought, no, it's wrong. I've done it wrong. I haven't done I should have done the grid. So then I goes to press pause on my wheel to get the chat thing up to say, can everyone exit? I've got to do the grid properly. And I must have pressed the PS button because it just took me totally out of the game. And my head went. I just thought, oh no, I've closed the lobby, I've closed the game, everything's gone. And then I'm just bashing buttons like an idiot, like a chimpanzee trying to go to Mars. And then I'll get back in the game and I'm sat on the grid. Everyone's gone. And I was like, oh, right, well, the lobby's still here. And I saw all these arrows going around, and I saw that no one in the chat had said anything about the grid being wrong. And everyone was virtually near enough, about 4 corners in by then. So I just drove around to the pits because I was just all over the place in my head. And I just thought, well, I'm not even going to try and catch these guys up. And then I took myself out of race 3 because I just didn't want to start on the pole. It seemed wrong. I didn't even take part in the second race, and I didn't want to be on pole for the third race because it's a reverse grid.
You could have just set the grid and put you at the back if that's what you felt like.
Yeah, I know. But like I said, my mind was all over the place. I just was having a bit of a mare of a night. So, yeah, my night wasn't great.
I've always been lucky that when I've been hosting and things have gone Pete Tong, especially when I first started hosting, I always had Alpha in my ear. And he was always a massive help. And what I said to you on Sunday, if on Sundays you want to do a party chat and I'm only there for if you need help with anything like that, we'll do it. So that way you're not doing it on your own.
I might do. I mean, it was obviously, I've got a new console. We're PS5 buddies now. So I'd worn my controller out. It was sat on the charging dock, and that's the only way I can use headphones. There's no way I don't know, like, I plug them into the handset. Even when I used to race in a party chat, I'd be racing on the wheel, but the controller would be down at my side with the headphones plugged into them. Yeah.
The very nice wife. Shh, I didn't say that bit. She went and bought me the.
She's still a legend, man, from last week.
From last week.
With the chair, the spinning in the chair thing. She's a legend for the year. I was going to put her down for the, I don't know if we're mentioning, but the awards thing. But
happening just before Christmas. Right. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, she went and bought me the official PS5 Bluetooth ones.
Ooh, they're not cheap, I was looking at them.
I didn't even look. But so that way now, no matter what, when I'm racing, I've got them now. I have to put my headphones on, so she don't have to listen to it.
Oh, that's why she got. It was self-serving, was it?
Yeah. The funny look I just got as she just walked past. But yeah, I think you can get loads of different type of Bluetooth ones if.
I've got the gold ones. Those gold ones.
The battery doesn't last at all long on the PS5 controller. I've noticed after a few hours. And that's not.
Yeah, it must be that haptic thing. Yeah. Well, that's what I've noticed with my new one. That's why it was on charge, because I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima all day.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But
I'm addicted to it. I love it.
Mate. I mean, even if we do it on via phones, on Discord or whatever, mate, the offer's there.
No, I'll give it a go next. Excuse me, bit of windy pops. I'll give it a go next Sunday. Like I said, I'm really tempted just to stream it because it's just, it looks great when it's live streamed, but. The replays don't get bad views. I suppose I'm still debating that one.
It's your choice.
Yes. Right. So before we get on to GT3 Wes, do you think we should touch upon whatever happened Sunday afternoon in Belgium?
Nothing happened.
Is it time? It was shocking, man.
It was a farce.
It was terrible. It really was. And I've got to say, I don't usually, a lot of things that Lewis Hamilton says, I don't really pay much heed to, but he, fair enough to him, he did turn around and say the fans should get the money back, which I was saying during it. I was like, they can't. Me and my wife was having this debate because she's one of them. If she pays for something, she wants to get her money's worth out of it, and she said she'd still be there. I said I would have gone 10 minutes into qualifying. I would have gone back to the campsite. I would have been like, sod this. I'll go and find a pub and watch it in a pub somewhere. I'm not standing here with my umbrella, freezing cold.
It's the atmosphere as well, isn't it? That's another reason why you go to these things live. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be a clause in every single outdoor event and venue ticket saying that if it's called off because of the weather, they're non-refundable.
Yeah, I suppose. But I thought that's why they did the slow trek around behind the Mercedes, the Merc pace car.
No, they did that. They did that just to classify results, just to make it worthwhile for the teams and the drivers.
And at the time, I was thinking, it was a money grab. And I know they interviewed a couple of people like Gunther, and he was like they were saying, shall we just wait until Monday? The reporters were asking him, like the presenters, should I say, saying, wouldn't it be better just to wait till Monday to do the race? And he said, well, if that's the case, then he was trying to say we'll have to cancel Zandvoort because we've got all these trucks and all these things all paid and ready to take all our stuff this evening. And stuff like that. And I just thought, well, that's a weak excuse because it's not far away, is it?
The teams could have managed to move everything. The entire circus could have moved. The only downside would have been all the support staff, the marshals, the
well, this is what I read afterwards.
Stuff like that.
That bloke who used to run Ferrari, I can't remember his name now, but now's he's top FIA bloke. Not Todd, but the other one. They're all Ferrari people, aren't they? Todd and bloody Bellissimo, or whatever his name was. I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But yeah, that's
Stefano Domenicali. What brilliant. Domenicali, that's it.
I thought it was quite a good team boss at Ferrari, to be fair. But
I did. But he was the one that he pointed out. It was the marshals. He said they had to be back at work. They're volunteers, and most of them have got to be back at work Monday, and we can't run a race without marshals.
It was only a bank holiday in the UK, not in the rest of the world.
That's it. So I thought that was a fair point. I have to concede.
But it still don't detract from the fact that the best window of opportunity they had to start the race would have been at the correct start time for the race.
Yeah,
they should have done two
definitely.
laps behind the safety car there and then to secure any doubt or anything like that. And then there was the whole thing about has the race clock even started?
And that was so weird.
They were. And then they stopped the race clock.
Yeah. And said they were going to start it at an hour, didn't they? They stopped it at an hour.
They stopped
1 hour left
to go. Yeah. So that no matter what happens, there was still an hour's racing. But that whole rule was brought in to stop. What was it? Canada 2011, the 7 hours Grand Prix or whatever it was. Those rules were brought in to stop that, and now they can just turn them on and off as and when they see fit.
Well, it was they changed so many rules because the rule is if you go off on the parade lap and you can't get back by your own steam, you cannot take part in the race. But they allowed Perez to start, which I didn't get that as well.
But that's another sticky bit. The rule is that if you can't get back to your pit garage under your own steam before the race starts, then which if you've been it on a parade lap, you're never going to make it round normally.
No.
Even under your own steam, with a puncture or suspension damage or whatever like that, you're not going to bring it round. But yeah, there was a bit of a joke, but they got around that because
trying to say the race hadn't started, didn't they?
The clock hadn't started.
No, right. I remember hearing the radio with Red Bull saying, "Well, the race clock hasn't started. It's not Le Mans." I didn't get the Le Mans thing, but I heard the radio then saying, "Well, as far as we're concerned at Red Bull, the race hasn't started." But I thought, well, it kind of had.
It was all to do with the lights at the start. The green lights never came on. It was only the two orange lights.
Oh, right.
Well, yeah.
But
I sat there
it was bizarre.
Wound the missus right up.
Well, luckily,
every 5 minutes. Has it started yet? Has it started?
Well, luckily for me, we usually give it an hour so we can watch it on on the record. So if there is any kind of issues or red flags, we can just fast forward it, so it doesn't take up a whole afternoon.
Okay.
And yeah, they still weren't even thinking about going, and we'd run out of Sky Plus by then, and we were trying to keep an eye. Well, we were pretty much stuck there in front of the telly because you never knew what was going to happen, and our whole Sunday was just totally mullered by it.
Yeah, mine too. I mean, I was sitting there with obviously the updates every 5 minutes and stuff like that. You didn't know if they were going to go try clear some water and then get the cars out there or not.
I mean, I've loved all of the stuff since the TikTok stuff. I mean, someone's done a great sort of thing with the Office soundtrack, the Office theme tune with like all snippets of what happened and people playing football, marshals pretending to do pit stops on some car on the side of the road, and some Red Bull bloke running into the room and falling over and stuff like that.
I saw that live on TV. Yeah.
So it's kicked off a lot of entertainment after it, but the actual Sunday afternoon, I must say, I was just shaking my head, just thinking, just postpone it. Just they've got an open date in the middle of the calendar. I know they're in the middle of America. Yeah. In September, not September the 20th. I can't remember what it is. October the 20th.
It was Suzuka's slot, but obviously, like you said, they're in the middle of America there, but they were going to go to Suzuka.
Yeah.
It's only halfway around the world.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. So yeah, I was just thinking, why don't they just? But I suppose October in the mountains of Belgium is probably there's not much chance of.
Probably worse.
Yeah, probably snow. Racing snow.
But hey, man, at least they might be able to see then.
Yeah, it was shocking. I mean, I remember my old man was here and he was like, "Oh, I've seen them race worse than this," and I was like, "But it's a rouge, isn't it? People spinning a rouge, and you can only see those red lights flashing at the back of the car." If someone spins like Lando does, and we saw the women racing W Formula.
Yeah, the women Formula,
Yeah, it's just, and the Lambo, the Super GTs a couple of weeks ago. It's too dangerous, isn't it? And it makes me fear for a Rouge because they're going to do something to a Rouge, and it was the weather, not what a Rouge is, what a Rouge and Radeon.
To be honest with you,
they're fine corners.
You say about a Rouge, man. I think there's nothing more that they can really do with a Rouge because of the topography. But what it actually does make me worry about, so you've got to think the FOM are owned by Yanks.
Yeah.
So if Eau Rouge and if the weather in Europe is going to be like this and get more frequent, with the polar bears and global warming and chopping down the rainforest and all that sort of guff. If the weather in Europe is going to get more and more like this in the summer, let's face it, man, we all live in England, most of us live in England or Britain, one of the the wettest countries in Europe. But
definitely
reach a point where they're going to have to do what they did on Sunday more often because of the weather. I fear for all European tracks.
Yeah, because they've always wanted to go over to those sort of Arabian tracks because there's a lot more money there, isn't there? I mean, when Dubai and Malaysia and
they're more willing to spend the stupid amounts of money to host the Grand Prix, but most of them are state or royal family owned, aren't they?
Yeah.
Private tracks like Silverstone, Spa, Nürburgring, and stuff like that. So they're more backing behind them. But if it really does make me worry about what the future of Formula One is going to be in another 10, 15 years' time. Is there even going to be a European race at all?
Yeah. Well, Monaco. It seems like Monaco can survive anything. It'll be their one race.
Because the speed's so slow, they don't lift up water.
But it's just so all the rich people can do all their deals and handshakes.
Let's face it, man. Monaco's the worst Grand Prix year after year after year.
It is. I always,
especially with these wider cars. I mean, it kind of got okay. Back in 2010 when they brought in the regulations, reduce downforce, reduce size, and all that sort of stuff. But now they've gone back to bigger cars. It's just the procession is a bit of a joke, personally.
It is. No, I agree. I love Monaco, the track. I miss it from GT. I wish they'd have it on there, but it's not a track for racing. It's just a fun track to drive around and scare the shit out of you. But yeah, on racing terms, there's not much you can do.
No, not really. But we'll see. We'll see what the future comes. But
yeah,
Zandvoort this weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I might even pull out ACC because I think that track is on ACC just to learn the track a little.
Okay.
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't want to say it definitely is, but I thought it was.
DLCs you got to pay 50 quid for.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's such a rip-off. I can't believe they did that. They did that when GT Sport just kept giving you tracks almost every month at one point.
Yeah, well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's what I like about GT Sport.
And now I'm fully on board with where's GT7. I've got a PS5 now. I want GT7. Or before I couldn't care. I couldn't care less when they released it. But where is it?
Mate, that's
24 man lobbies. God knows when. Well, they're waiting for the units to be thingy. But like I said, I was looking for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And, there was nothing. And then I got 2 in 1 week. I got one berry, which I ordered because I thought, I'll grab that. And then about 3 days later, Game rang me up and said, we've got some in now because I put my name on the list on Game.
Yeah, I remember.
So, but yeah, I imagine, I don't know. I imagine there's no secret who's going to buy that one off me, the second one.
I'll have it.
You've got one. What do you want another one for? Yeah, well, there's, I've got a family member in the he's quite happy to take it off my hands, I believe.
Too right and all.
So hopefully, and that's meant to be coming on Thursday. And I know I've been slagging it off in the chat, but I don't like change. I'm not a guy for change.
It took me a while to get used to it, mate.
I mean, doing that 1v1 stuff, honest to God, I was doing the quarterfinals and I was already jaded on Sunday, as it was. Got up first thing Sunday morning, and I know Alaran wanted to get that whole package together. He wanted the first round and the quarters all in one go, and I knew he was going on holiday. So I thought, right, I'll crack on with these. And I did 2 rounds, then went back and thought, right, I'll send them. I'll have a little break, and then I'll do the next 2. And I looked on, it's like 29 seconds on each round. And I was like, well, what's that about? And then I had to watch some video on YouTube about why isn't that working. And then it's like, oh, yeah, you've got to manually do it. You don't do the double tap on share, which is the way I've always done it. I just double tap share, and the little red icon comes up in the corner. I know you said you can change it. I haven't looked into it yet, but yeah. But I don't mind pressing the share button and then going on to the record thing. That seems straightforward enough to me. But at the time, I just thought, I don't know. I just didn't think they'd change much with them sort of. If it ain't broke, is my motto.
Yeah,
don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, they like to try and improve things, don't they? But yeah, you can dictate what the share button does. Double tap, hold it, press it. So yeah, mine's set up exactly the same as what my PS4 was. So.
And it's like little things like that menu screen that's always at the top. You see everything. I love that. I didn't mind that. You saw your messages, you saw your notifications, you saw who was online, or how many people were online. And now you have to go looking for it. It's just annoying. I just think, well, why get rid of that? And then there's
if you're in the game or something like that, you press the PS button and then you get the little menu across the bottom, don't you?
Yeah, it comes up. Then it comes. Yeah, but it took me a day or 2 to work that one out. At the time, I was like, where's all my information gone? And then I still, yeah.
I'm not.
Well, and it's the link to broadcasts. I mean, that was brilliant. You just go to that and you can sign in and out of YouTube and Twitch or whatever. And I still haven't found a way of doing it through the actual settings. I have to go into YouTube and log out from YouTube and log back into VRC if I ever have to change my YouTube things. I mean, obviously that's probably not a big issue for you, but like when I was doing the Bathurst, I had to log into the Aki packs, whatever you say, like.
And then you say, then you've got to go and annoy Talaran to get logged back into the VRC one. Which I'm
and
he really has no issue with whatsoever.
No, I know, but he was going on about his holiday, and I just, you don't want to bother someone when they're on their holiday. You just think, he sounded like he was. I could just read between his lines. He was looking forward to it.
He's on holiday from
So.
work. He's not on holiday from
VRC. Well, I'm on holiday from work, I suppose, and I'm still here. I'm here, Talleyrand. I'm still putting in me graft. Yeah. But yeah, and any of those guys out there, I know the Red Bull stuff's behind. I'm so sorry. I was going to do it today. The table's done. I just and the stewards' decisions have all been made. It's just I've got to write it up, and I will get on it, and it'll be released tomorrow. I promise.
Never a rush, is there? Is there screaming in the chat saying that they're going to die if they don't find out?
No, I have checked. I've checked a couple of times today, expecting someone to say, "Where's the table? Where's the stewards?" But no one's mentioned it. Everyone's chill. I know. It's my own pressure that I'm putting on myself on that one. But yeah. Don't worry. So that was Spa. Wow, we've been talking ages and we haven't even got through the week yet.
How long have we been on?
About an hour, maybe. I don't know. Was it 1:45?
55 minutes. I've got
Jesus. All right. So,
haven't even done the daily business.
And yesterday, this is the last one of the VRC lot, is the GT3, the final round of the World Endurance Series. Oh my God. Racer Brown can miss a few more races. No, I'm joking. No, but I tell you what, Gusty, I've written it down wrong. Gusty did a brilliant job. He came. He's not.
Oh, there's a new nickname for Guesty. We're calling him Gusty.
Yeah, there was an American commentator for yous that don't know. Look at me, street. I'm going all street. For yous that don't know, I was listening to an American commentator. That's why. Yeah, there was an American commentator who did Guesty's stint on the 12-hour Bathurst thing. And I even put him right. I even said it's Guesty, like you have a guest in your house with a Y on the end. And he just went, well, I think I prefer Gusty, and carried on using Gusty. But with J. Doobie as well. Yeah. He kept saying J. Doobie, and I was like, no, it's 00, like James Bond. I even wrote that in there. I know, I'm not one to talk because there was some bloke in my stint called Sonam, and for some reason in my head it was Tsunami. I couldn't help myself, and I don't know where it come from. Just kept saying Tsunami, but it was Sonam. So it happens. It's a commentator's blight.
Well, that's what happens with PSNs, because you're never quite sure how somebody wants it pronounced. It's like with Jokas, isn't it?
Yeah. I heard him it wasn't until I heard the SNL comment. I've been commentating for a good year, probably by then, calling him Jokas. And then I heard SNL one day, and he called him Yokas, and I thought that makes sense. That really does make sense. But he never corrected me, and now it's like I can't change now. I can't start calling him Yokas. It sounds like there's a different person in the room if I started changing his name. And I like Jokas. It's cool. I'll try and hide it a little bit by not saying the J so much. I just say Jokas.
Just putting like a Spanish little twist on it.
Yeah. But yeah, I was embarrassed. I watched that, and I just thought, oh my God, I've been saying it wrong for all this time, and he's never ever said anything. It's shocking. No drama. So it happens, and like we said, I think last week we said with Shiren, I was calling him Shaw for the first couple of weeks, or the first race at least. Yeah. And I think one of his teammates put me right. I think Ragnar said, no, it is Shiren. The N's are part of his name. I was like, oh, right, okay. But they were capitals, so I wasn't sure if that was a team or 9 Inch Nails or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so the Wes. Yeah, JOO Pace took the win. The table's not been released yet because obviously it was only yesterday. But I think Kale was the only man that really had a good opportunity of doing something against Racer Brown. And obviously Racer Brown's drop points would be the 0 that he didn't race on race 6. So I didn't look that closely at the table to see what the difference would be. So I thought it would probably be a long shot for Kale to try and do something.
I know they've not been released, but I have done them. On the full table, Kale wins.
Oh, is it another drop score change? Oh, I don't want to let anything go.
Until Racer Brown releases the table, but
oh, exciting!
On the full table, Kale is ahead.
Oh no! Because I said he was probably going to have to win, and I think he ended up fourth or fifth or something like that. He could not damage his car. Every stint he was carrying damage, so it was a tough one for Kale. I couldn't believe he finished where he finished, to tell you the truth.
It would be Kale's first championship. And
no, oh yeah, because he's always come.
He's always come second.
Yeah, he's been runner-up a lot of times, hasn't he?
But considering he has, hold on, just trying to find him. He has entered 11 seasons and has done over 100 races with VRC.
Oh, I'm sorry, Racer Brown, but I am rooting for that little South African. I don't know if he's little, but his name's little. He's only 4 letters, so I'm sorry, Racer Brown. I am rooting for him. Oh man, that's exciting stuff.
So,
but
I'm sure maybe tomorrow, maybe even later on today. Depends on how he is and whether his legs have settled in from jumping out of the plane at 10,000 feet and then racing for, what was it,
3 hours?
3 hours.
Yeah. Oof. Oh my Lord, that's exciting.
The M25 yesterday, which is why he ended up missing the race.
I know. Yeah. I saw him saying he was parked on 25 in 15 minutes. That's all he was short by.
But yeah,
that's annoying.
I was rooting for Kale to get a good result yesterday, just purely because he's been racing with us for so long. Feels like forever. To be fair.
It does. I think he's been there since I've commentated. Well, since I raced. Even when I was racing, I think I raced against Kale in Max 5, one of the early seasons of Max 5. Yeah. I think me and him come wheel to wheel. He's good. He's good.
Of GTMC, maybe even before that, I think.
Jesus, yeah. So. Oof. That's hard one then. That's an interesting one to watch out for. Oh my word. Racer Brown, what's it going to be? So yeah, JOO place won it. Gusty came second, and it was tight. Poor Gusty. He had a bit of a stall on the start line, didn't he? He had the pace on JOO. I think he kept catching him up each stint. So he would have. Yeah, I think that would have been close. I think it was that start that really, but I guess he doesn't seem to care, does he? He just says, as long as I have a race. I know he's missed out on a couple of championships himself from drop scores. Yeah, and it's like, I've sent him messages saying, dude, I'm so sorry for you, man. That was tight. And he's like, I'm only in it for racing. I don't care. I just think I would. I'd be.
That's what I say as well.
What, you're doing it for the racing?
Yeah, I'm only here to race, man. I don't give a shit whether I win or not.
Yeah, because you've still not actually...
No, I haven't.
Got a championship under your belt yet? He's coming though. I can feel it.
Nah, a while off yet.
Super Formula. Gonna take it off Talland.
Yeah, let's hope so. Go for it. Who else gets involved in it? I'm sure that if
we don't know because there's no sign-ups or anything yet.
Yeah, I probably won't stand a chance. But hey, it's ballast. It's ballast as well. So who knows?
Yeah, ballast does help. And Homesick Alien came third, sorry if I didn't say, in the World Endurance Series, but Homesick Alien around Bathurst is pretty much a guaranteed podium.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, it's one of his favourite tracks.
I think so. I think that's his, yeah. So, yeah, and that's our week of racing, and obviously we've got the Visions round 4 tomorrow at Monza to look forward to. Right then. So, what's your ultimate pizza topping, then, Skyjack? We've got the racing out of the way now. We can talk about pizzas.
You're probably all gonna jeer at me for this. I like.
If you say pineapple, I'm going. I'm leaving. We're closing this now. Oh, it's all right.
No, I like veggie pizza.
Oh, do you? Get off. Get Mrs. Skyjacker. I want to talk to someone sensible. I heard that in the background. Jeez, they've got so many good things on the menu, and you go for the bits with mushroom and peppers.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear her. I think she's talking sense, my friend.
But no,
that is.
I don't know. I always go for either a veggie supreme thing or a mighty meaty or something like that.
So it's one extreme to another, is it? It's like either all the meat or no meat.
You should hear him when I go for a half and half, half vegetarian and a half meat. Obviously, most common people that have veggie pizzas, I'm sure, are vegetarians. So
that's cracking. Yeah, well, no, I mean, I went through a stage of having just the veggie ones. I tried turning away from meat, but it's bacon and sausages, pig in general. Yeah, anything pork.
No, fair enough.
So no, me and my wife, she likes the chicken barbecue, and I like the New Yorker. So we alternate between that when we have Domino's.
Yeah, we can do that. We have to get one each.
God almighty. I can only do half for one. What do you do? Shit, save it for the next day, or can you slam a whole one down?
I can slide. If I can't, if not all of it, then the vast majority of it. Whereas the missus will save half of it or 3/4 of it for the next day.
It's filling, man. It's filling stuff. But I do have a stuffed crust. I gotta have a stuffed crust.
Yeah.
So.
I have a stuffed crust.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Was it Domino's or Pizza Hut that did the hot dog stuffed crust? Oh.
I can't remember, but I remember that. I must have had one. I used to prefer the Pizza Hut, but then my wife pointed out it's really greasy, and then after that, that's all I noticed. That the pan pizza was the dough was grease all the way through. So I moved over to Domino's.
Some of the local ones we've got round here, mate. We've ordered from them before, and literally the box is falling apart with grease.
We've got one of them. We've got Ken's Kebabs. It looks like KFC. They've got their this red and white, and it's just called Ken's Kebabs, and they do pizzas and fried chicken and kebabs, obviously. And it's ropey stuff. It is like everything is grease. You can't taste anything except for the grease. It's only people who are drunk when they're down south who go to it, really. But sometimes you make the mistake of thinking, shall we just go to Ken's Kebabs? It's loads cheaper. And it's like, oh God, what have we done? Vegetable Supreme. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something fresh.
It is nice and refreshing, that one.
And crispy, innit? You know, meat on a pizza, it doesn't go crispy like, you know, you do a bacon sandwich, you get it all crispy and stuff like that. Meat on a pizza just stays soggy and greasy, doesn't it?
So do vegetables.
It does.
No, vegetables do not.
Yes, they do. I guess the slice up and all the vegetables fall off.
I need to find a click remote. Mute.
Oh, I thought she'd be on TikTok.
Oh, well, I think that she's probably got her volume on quiet enough so she can hear what we're talking about, so that she can pipe up and stick her 2 pence in.
Well, after last week, she's more than welcome. Awesome stuff.
Don't tell her that.
I'm going to get someone.
Yeah.
Is there someone want to come and talk then? Because I want to take a bite of pizza and let Skyjacker chat to you for 2 minutes. Anyone out there? Anyone?
Anyone, go on. Who else thinks that Spa was a farce, or that Bottas is going to end up going to Alpha, or anybody looking forward to Le Mans qualifying for our 2.5 hour event?
That's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
That's
Anybody
interesting.
at all? Anybody got livery sorted for Friday?
I've seen that Psycho is looking absolutely cracking. He's in the pictures, Pete.
Yeah, but that's hashtag Team SCT, isn't it? That's always going to look smashing, isn't it? What he does with that.
It is. Very good. No, look, they're all quiet tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, I know.
No.
They're probably too worried about coming up and having my missus having a crack.
Anyway, and they're scared of your wife.
Yeah, isn't it?
Probably
Yeah.
all agree with you, and they're like, I'm not going to say nothing.
Put your headphones back on.
I kind of.
Doris, put them back on.
You're scaring the boys. Me.
Oh. Yeah.
Go sit in your shit. At least I won't be able to hear you that way.
Apparently, Pat's got one started.
Yes, go on.
Pat's just messaged me saying he's got one started.
Oh, is he? Oh, he's leaving a bit late. He's meant to be racing tomorrow, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's on the roster.
He doesn't like that Mazda, though. You can blatantly tell he's not into the Mazda RX Vision. He struggles to keep it on the road. I don't mean to besmirch you, Pat, but it was looking really tricky at Laguna Seca for you. I think you were off more than Skyjacker was.
Wow, that's saying something. See, I like it. I think it looks absolutely stunning and sounds fantastic. But
yeah, I can't have an opinion. I haven't tried it, to tell you the truth. I still haven't tried it. I should just give it a spin to see what it's like.
You join a lobby early and give it a spin around Monza tomorrow.
I know. I leave it
live on the stream.
Me.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, what, on the stream? Yeah, all right. And this part of Monza is this grassy part of Monza. There's a barrier. There's. Oh, there we go. That's the other people coming the other way.
Yeah, whilst in a practice, what's the matter? You see, we do donuts. People drive the wrong way and all sorts, mate. You're all right.
I know.
Come jump on just do a couple of laps in
Possibly.
practice.
Yeah, I've got the day off. I've got to just pick up that PS5 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then
take it round at somebody's house.
Yeah, go and drop it off. Well, no, I think they're going to come and get it. I'm not sure. He's going to say, just text me when you got it.
Oh, okay.
So
fair dude.
He might not make vision. Don't try and rush it in one night. I tried it. It's stressful. Save it.
What, setting it up?
The graphics. I've got to say the graphics on GT. I didn't think the PS4 games would make any difference whatsoever, but man alive.
I think they optimised GTS for the 4K anyway, didn't they? In the 60 FPS. But yeah, I noticed a difference straight away. Game. Yeah, that's what I thought.
And it obviously is telling, because the first time I actually used it for a stream was the 12-hour. I thought, hey, I'll test it out in someone else's group, not ours. And I think someone messaged saying, is this on a PS5? Because it looks absolutely cracking. And I was like, well, actually, yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I noticed the graphics difference straight away, but I wasn't too sure if it was just like a mental thing or something like that. But yeah, even like when I've streamed since getting the PS5, I've noticed the difference. But it looks more like you're using a PC and a capture card. The details that good.
And colours are really pinging off, and it's just smooth. It's
I noticed things like shimmering in the tarmac that I'd never noticed before.
I think when they were driving around Bathurst, I saw there was like it looked like real. You could see a lot of graining.
Yeah. Yeah,
in the track, and I was like, wow.
And the way the light hits it, and you see like it's just in different, especially like in a league like Red Bull where you're doing 3 races at different times of day. You do really notice quite big subtle differences in between the time of day settings and what you can and can't see and stuff like that. It's really good.
Yeah, it is. I thoroughly, even though I've moaned about it, but I'm just talking about the interface, and like Skyjack said, you can change all that in settings. It's just I'm lazy and haven't looked into it. Yeah, did you have the voice of the woman talking in the beginning? How long did you leave her on for? Or did you not have her at all? Because she got on my nerves. She says everything. Everything you go on, it's like, even when you type in someone in, it's like A, B.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I turned that right off. I turned off any tutorial stuff, anything like that. I like
Audio something it was, and it was like, I left it on for about half a day, and it was like, that is doing my head in, man. That is crazy. She gets on my nerves. She can't even speak properly.
Yeah, it's like weird Japanese American accent, if I remember rightly. I turned it straight off though. But what I do like is the predictive text. Have you come across that yet? Have you built up enough library yet?
Well, not yet, because obviously before all the lobbies used to be already in there from the PS4, and now I'm having to type everything in, where I used to be able to just put the first letter in and it'd come up, and I was like,
on the PS4 you'd put the first letter in, and then you'd have to scroll up to the prefix word and then hit X. Now
just press R1 now.
Just press R1 and it's there. It's brilliant, fantastic.
I can see when I start typing them in, it'll come. But at the moment, everything's brand new on it, so it's still learning what words I want to use.
Well, as soon as I put in the letter R, it comes up with ready straight away.
Yeah, but I was looking for red. because I was putting the Red Bull lobby in.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good. I like that R1 thing. Yeah, it does skip on, and I like it's easier to get to all of the punctuation things. You just press R3 instead of triangle and L2 at the same time, and I never press them exactly at the same time and end up putting capitals up or something like that. And thinking, oh, you bugger. But now you just click R3 and it can go straight over to all the dashes and
I'm sure that when you first started using your PS4 and moved on from your PS3, there was differences in that. It's just obviously you've been on the PS4 for so long, that's what you've come to remember. And the same will be for the PS5, mate.
Yeah, it'll come. It's just, and even I think even if I press the PS button, like I blamed the PS5 for that race 2 at Red Bull. But I think it used to do the same thing. But I don't remember it ever taking me out of a lobby. I think it used to just come up on the lobby. But this sort of takes you out the whole game. And it's like, I thought I'd lost the game. I was like, oh, no.
If you press and hold it, it will take you back to the home button, to the home screen. But if you just press it, all it does is bring up that menu at the bottom of the screen.
No, well, maybe it took me out of it. Also, maybe I held it too long. I was trying to press pause just to tell everyone to quit. Or it was just...
Either which way, there's a couple of lessons. Have me on chat. Have your controller charged so you can press buttons on that instead of trying to do it on your wheel. Because let's face it, those 3 buttons on the G29 are far too close together.
Yeah,
for manly hands, anyway.
I can't even see what they say on them anymore.
No, they're all worn off, have they?
Which one's share and which one's pause. But we've got no writing on them anymore.
Oh dear. But yeah. Some lessons learned, mate. I mean, grimy, I made loads and loads and loads of mistakes when I first... I mean, you've been doing it a long time anyway, but even the last time you were going to host the league, you did a round or two and then I did it for you. Was that last Red Bull season as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, the last Red Bulls, yeah.
So,
I did the Clios on my own, but I don't know, that just seemed straightforward. It was only 2 races.
Yeah.
And it was qualifying for both.
Yeah, but hosting, once you've worked out what you need to do to set up a lobby and to change the settings between each race, hosting is really, really quite easy until you get what you had on Sunday, where people disconnecting, leaving the room, bouncing in and out, and stuff like that. That's where hosting is difficult. But the more you do it, the more that will happen. The easier it becomes, and you soon learn that there is never a rush, mate. Even if Poldark is on, there's never a rush.
Yeah, but it was like I said, I might have I think I was just a little bit drained from the Saturday and from 6 hours F1 race that was 3 laps behind the pace car, which was not the payoff that you want after putting in that time and effort.
No. I'm just glad that I don't even pay for the Formula 1 channel anymore, because otherwise I'd have been screwing.
No, I'll pay Sky for that.
I've tapped into the brother-in-law's Sky Go account, so I've got Sky Go on the PS5. So.
Oh, that's all right then. No, I do. I never used to, because when we first got it, it came free because you paid for the HD thing. But then I don't know what happened, but we got away with it for a long time, and then suddenly they said, "Hang on a minute, you've got Sky F1's in the sports package now." And I don't know. What are we paying for F1 now? What did they say? I can't remember with Sky. We get F1, but we don't get the sports, do we?
So you got it with the HD package because.
No, we still got it with the old package then. So I'm not paying for it in a way, but we can't update, so I haven't got a Sky Q.
You should be able to. You should be able to update with the entire package.
With the F1 channel. Yeah, I don't know. But you can't get it separate now. That's it. She goes, we get it separate and we pay for it separately, but I think if we ever updated something, then we wouldn't be able to. It comes with the F1 package. No, the sports package or something like that.
I'd tell them to stuff it, mate. That's what you've got. That's what you want to upgrade with. Because I did the same thing when Sky first took over Formula 1. I just went to them and was like, right, I want the F1 channel, but I don't want nothing else. I don't want football, don't want golf, not interested. Then they come around saying that if I got the HD pack, I could get the Sky Formula 1 channel. But obviously now I've left Sky, I know full well that if I ever went back, the only way I'd get the Formula 1 channel was by getting the entire sports channel package, and it would be useless to me. It'd be, what, 50, 60 quid a month down the drain just for one channel. It's not worth it.
Definitely, yeah. No, I remember my dad talked me into it because Chesterfield was doing well in something and they were going to be on Sky, so he talked me into getting it. And I think I had it about 3 months and rang him back up and said, I haven't watched a single one of those football matches. Can you get shot of it?
No, it's not. Unless you're massive into football, especially, because Sky Sports is mainly football. I know they do the boxing and the golf and all that sort of stuff, but unless you're really into it, it's not worth it.
Yeah, but I found when I had it for them three, I thought, right, I'll start watching some football matches, and then I'd look at the fixtures. I thought, oh, that'd be interesting. And then when I look, it'd be on BT Sport anyway. It's like, well, they don't even have the best football matches any road. BT Sport gets it all. So I rang them up and said, get shot. But I'm not really into football anymore. I've lost interest in it. It's a bunch of prima donna millionaires playing nowadays. It's not like the good old days.
When they were kicking around a pig's bladder.
Yeah.
When the men were men.
When Cantona was drop kicking
the fans, yeah.
Keane was breaking and people's legs and stuff like that. Not that I was a Man U fan, but I think 2 Man U players. But yeah, it was a gruffer game back then. Now they just run past each other.
Well, the Premiership was back then. Obviously, like you said, there Cantona, Keane, Ginola, Shearer and all that sort of stuff. The Premier League was by far the toughest league in Europe, and now it's just gone the way of the rest of them. I mean, personally, I can't be asked for football. England's the only real thing that I'm bothered about.
I end up watching. I watched the last one. I wasn't gonna. I tried to stay away from it.
I know. I think we both did a little bit. I think Turtle has his hand up, mate. I think Turtle's going to come rescue us from waffling on.
Turtle wants to say. He's probably going to say, "No, you didn't do anything to me." I know. I've seen the replay now. But you never know, do you? It's better. Sometimes it's better just to let them buy rather than get a 15-second hit.
Yeah, I mean, me and Binko had a similar one, but I actually do think I was at fault for that.
I saw Binko in the stream chat saying he pulled over, but he didn't need to.
Hello, Turtle.
Hello, Turtle. Hello, how are you?
Just done with work in Pitstop.
You're on your way home, are you?
Oh, you're on your way home. We'll concentrate on you driving.
Oh, well. So what about this weekend? Sanford predictions.
For Zandvoort? Well, I've got to say Max, and I. And George for second.
Lewis for third. Do you think they'll finish behind the safety car?
Yeah, it's all going to be behind the safety car. I think Formula One are quite comfortable with that now. They liked it, so that's how they're going to run their races now. They got away with it once. Why not again?
Yeah, true.
Nah, I don't know. I honestly don't know because it's a fast track and it's got quite long straights. So the Merc does well on fast bits, doesn't it? Whereas the Red Bull likes corners.
Yes, it's a little bit of Red Bull track, but I think Mercedes will be the best. You have the Arline corner. You have a straight right, I think, and Mercedes will be over the top there. I think Red Bull will get close, but not as close what I think they will. So I will say Mercedes 1 and 2, 3 will Verstappen, and then pick something. I don't know.
No.
I got one then. What's the weather forecast for the weekend then, Turtle? In Holland?
Well, Holland is a shitty land, so always raining.
Raining. I'm going to go with Lando Norris for win. But he's going to get pole and he'll win on Sunday. George Russell for second, and then Max Verstappen for third. Yeah, all behind the safety car.
That was shocking with Lando, wasn't it? I thought he was going to be a lot worse than what he ended up.
Yeah, bruised arm and rib,
qualifying thing.
Yeah, bruised arms and ribs, if I remember rightly.
That's it. But he was ready to race on Sunday. I didn't think he'd make it that far. I thought he was going to be out for the day, but no. He's a good lad. I like Lando.
Yeah, me too.
And to make an answer on your thoughts about that penalty or incident what I had, okay?
Okay, all right, yeah, that's fair enough. Well,
see, you said you didn't hit him.
No. Your overtaking was perfect. I didn't expect it that I was so close behind you in the corner. So I made a little wheel adjustment and I slipped. That's the reason why I moved off. So it wasn't your fault, nothing at all. But on the other side, your little bad boy that overtaking the chicane.
The chicane.
That was nasty. That was really nasty. If you didn't do that and we didn't clinch each other after the chicane, Electric wasn't going to take us.
Honestly, there was a lot of cars around. I can't remember it. I remember Electric was somewhere around there, and there was someone else because two people came past me, and I don't know what happened. But like I said, my mind wasn't there on Sunday. That's why I didn't take part in the last two races of that round. I probably should have withdrawn beforehand because I was fried. But if there was, like I said, anything to it doesn't matter if I'm an admin or a host. It's I can take it on the chin if you've got any kind of problems. You just get it to the stewards and you know they.
I know.
I don't have any involvement in my own instance. That's down
None
to
of us do.
Whoever is involved in an incident don't get to say they just don't get to say anything about it. The other guys discuss it. So
And
it's all fair game.
we treat ourselves exactly the same as everybody else.
Yeah, and it's the only way I learn, man. It's the only way I learn. You've got to put a report in. It's the only way. It doesn't matter how many reports you put in. That's the only way people grow as drivers. They've got to know when they've done something. Because, like I said, I'm not sure what I did. I know we were close together. I thought that was the one I waited for you for. But
So, well, it was one thing, and I talked about it with Race Brown about it. I was driving behind Electric, and Race Brown was very tight behind me, and Electric was going to the left. I can't. I slipped off my gas, and Race Brown was left side of me. I was going over the curbs, and he was halfway in my car. I didn't know whose fault it was. Mine, his. Well,
yeah.
I don't know.
Obviously,
I made it in the reporter.
yeah, no, we see that. I was just about to say, obviously, it's been looked into and all that sort of stuff, and it will come out in the wash with the stewards report once Thingy gets around to doing it, mate.
But yeah, that one there was a split down the stewards for that one. I must say, that it's had to, you know,
it's taken us a while. Let's put it like that. So,
yeah,
but yeah, well, one
it
thing.
wasn't a unanimous agreement. It's been, you know.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's not an incident. It's just one of the stewards say, but I think it's more my fault because I think I need that more distance about Electric.
Yeah, well, you reacted to something that was happening in front of you, so you had to come off. And then, but obviously, then Racer Brown didn't react, and that's what the stewards have been discussing. It's like, should Racer Brown? But you know, there's been two sides where he possibly should have reacted to it, but then others have said, how could he? Because he didn't know what happened in front of you. It all just happened so quickly. So it's been one of them. That's been an interesting incident. It's like that's something as stewards, all the stewards have to learn by, because it's something new that they have to. They have to see it from all angles and stuff like that. And with the appeals as well, I mean, that it can go on. If it comes out and you're not happy with what the decision is, it can go to appeals as well, and then there'll be 4 different people look at it.
That's why we refrain from an appeals process, because it drags on. But yeah, hey, the mob ruled. But I mean, it was an incident. It was submitted. It's been looked into. That's I'm not keen on talking about incidents in too much detail here. If that's all right, please, guys. So.
That's fair enough. Yeah. I understand that. But yeah, I just want to say it was one of them. It kind of usually the stewards are all on the same page with each other when they look at stuff and they all agree. But that's one of them incidents that have come back and everyone scratched their head a little bit, thinking,
Yeah, but sure. I mean, Crimey, man. If they were all black and white, we wouldn't be needed, would we? So. Yeah. Sorry, Sal, you were saying.
That's what I think is, how do you say it? A thing that builds the team, the club, the members, because this is a situation where you like saying, okay, we got two sides and we don't know what to do. So somebody have to say, okay, we're going to do that, regardless of how everybody reacts about it, and that's it. You have to make a statement to feel apply. Like I said, I don't know what you're going to say. I will agree with it because I don't know what to do with it. So it's his fault. Mate, it's okay.
No, yeah.
Mate, I'm. Go on.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you reacted to something in front of you.
Mate,
but
trust.
We can make a big discussion about it. But like Race Brown said, we'll wait for the stewards, let them decide, and we go on for the next race.
But some of us, well, actually saying that most of the admin team have been doing this for a long time. We're more than used to having people disagree with our decisions and get ranty about it, get upset about it and stuff like that. And hey, I've also been on the other side of the coin and disagreed with decisions and fallen out with some people in the past because of it. But to have the attitude of it is what it is when it comes out, that's the right way to have that. Yeah, fine. We all have on track incidents. Everybody does. If you even real life racing is not squeaky clean and all that sort of stuff with all the best intention. But it's how it's dealt with afterwards. Some people can just have a quiet word and a conversation and be done with it. Other people want to send stuff in and have somebody else have a look at it. And some people just don't say anything to the other person and send stuff in and then there might be some animosity. But from what you're saying there, Turtle, your attitude towards it is 100% correct, and it's great to see from somebody so new, especially after coming fresh from the demolition derbies that is the dailies and stuff like that. So it's refreshing, mate.
I got one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Lamont, who designed the cars? Because I'm driving a Ford, and if I have a tank, I will shoot it. What a shitty car.
Le Mans is all Homesick Aliens remake, mate. So any shooting of anything, divert to. Now, what's the problem with the Ford, mate?
It's braking. For some reason, I got so much oversteer in a couple of corners. I have a little issue with my pedals, brake pedals. But
okay, so is it oversteer when you're is it oversteer when you're coming off the brakes?
A little bit, and also for some reason my brakes. If I push my brakes in the car, it's like it gets on the ice for some reason. So that's something I need to practice on.
I remember when the Ford GTLM first came out. It was always a very, very good top end car, but it was always really crap with brakes. And being an MR car, if the car is unstable when you start turning in, you're going to lose the back end. So my advice to you is either tweak with your brake balance a little bit, or brake just that little bit earlier and longer in a straight line, just to help have the car stable for your turn-ins. That's my advice. I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination, especially when it comes to Group 3 mid-rear cars. They're my Achilles heel. Well, everything's my Achilles heel. But that's what I would be looking to do, just to keep it stable, because the 2.5 hours, mate, isn't going to be a sprint. It's going to be who can keep it on the track. It's full damage as well, isn't it, Thingy?
Yeah, he's going full damage this time. He's enjoying the damage. He's homesick. He's sadistic, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I'm glad I've gone for a Group 1 car then. So yeah, it's going to be more like what we saw on Saturday with the Bathurst race. It's going to be keeping it out of the walls, keeping it out of the gravel, keeping it on track, and maintaining a decent, steady pace more than going flat out for 2.5 hours. Personally, my own experience of it.
Yeah, I couldn't give you advice. The only thing I know about oversteery is put the bias to the front, and if you've got a bit of a loose back end, if it's not, is it back end you want to kick out a bit, put the bias to the back.
Well, it's the most problem what I got. Let's see, is that first chicane, first straight, names. That's nothing to me. So that's what it's the first chicane, then long straight. The short chicane, long straight, then you got a sharp turn to the right.
Yes.
Yeah, Mulsanne corner. Yeah, because you're braking and turning at the same time.
Yeah, the corner back, always go off track.
You're going to have to brake a lot earlier, Turtle.
I was about to say, what you need to do is straight line that kink before the corner, and then start braking before the kink.
That's usually what I do. Okay. Point it at the kink, and then
point it at the apex on the kink. Exactly that. Because then, when you're braking in a straight line, you're also moving to the left-hand side of the track to open up the corner. But said I'm no expert, especially not at the bonds.
So I didn't really got good times, but Friday we'll see what qualifier will be, and then.
You might surprise yourself. I mean, the Ferraris are meant to be a bit of a skittish car as well, so I think the Group 3 is going to be a very interesting race, because I've heard people moaning about the Ferrari can be quite skittish. So
yeah, the Group 3 Ferrari.
Anybody want to drive better with a Ferrari? So
you should put it in the chat if there's anyone who wants to jump in a lobby with you and stuff. There's always someone willing to sort of help out. So if you just drop it in a chat and say, look, does someone want to come in the lobby with me and drive this Ford, then I'm sure someone will take it up.
But I want to shift, so when I'm at home, you guys are working.
Yeah.
You guys are working, I'm at home. So.
No, it's fair, I suppose. There's a couple of guys that work odd shifts. There is a few of them. I think Bunting, he's a night shift person, so he'll be around in the morning.
Binko, Coy at the moment. Well, Coy's evening at the moment.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I will make it. I will make some laps and then just go.
Oh, you win. You've gone under a tunnel, Turtle. You've driven into a tunnel.
Racer Brown has just released the GT3 West. If you want to go look at that thingy.
Okay, hang on. What, shall I say it, or shall I just look at it?
Say it if you want, or look at it, and we'll just judge your reaction. How's that?
Oh well, I've got people in the chat as well. Joker saying it's. Oh no, he says he's happy with the way I say it.
There you go.
Oh, he can't join the conversation, but he says, I like your Jokers, and it's correct, so...
I never said you were wrong. Tell me. You've always said that you say it wrong, not me.
Yeah, no, I know, and... I don't know what I had, but I had a nice idea somewhere. I'm not sure. Pat I had a nice idea. I'm not sure what it was, though. Sorry, Pat. I talk a lot of crap, man. Sometimes some of it's gold, sometimes it's not. All right, then let's have a look. I'm all excited about this. Here we go. All right, so the main table before the drop scores, we have a Kale sitting at the top with 99 points. Racer Brown on 90. 90 points. Supermanny in third on 80, and Guesty joint third. Well, he's in fourth. I guess that's down to positions. He's on 80 points as well. Right, I'm not going to go through the whole table. I'll just look at the top there in the spoiler, and then the spoiler. Press the spoiler button, click it on the big one, and it is Racer Brown takes the championship by 4 points from Kale. Well done, Racer Brown. That's stunning stuff.
Yeah,
Guesty
congratulations.
grabs third from Superman. Yeah, congratulations, Racer Brown. Another championship.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
My God, poor Kale. He's been trying so hard. You've stolen them from Guesty, Kale. I don't mean it. Well done, Racer Brown. That's awesome stuff. Yes. Oh, wow. That was tight. I bet he was pooping himself, though. I bet Racer Brown was proper pooping himself.
Shame that Kale all Kale needed to do was secure 4 more points.
4 points. Oh, 4 points. Poor Kale.
Which
Jag, you should have pulled over for him.
Which in GT3 is 2 places if you finish in the top half.
And Superman and Jay both finished ahead of him, his teammate.
So if his teammates had done the teammate thing, pulled over and let him through, they might have been penalised for sandbagging, but if they didn't do it tactfully. But yeah, Kale could have gone and won the championship.
Oh, at Bathurst, you only have to go a little bit wide in one of them corners and you can really trash your car.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's a close one, that was a close one. Another close championship. Jesus.
We're getting closer, aren't they?
It's just shocking. It's shocking. You think they'd be runaways, most of these, but they're really tight. And Racer Brown, looking at the beginning of the season, with his 3 wins, I'm surprised how tight that was at the end.
He had.
I mean, he did miss around, but he, drop scores.
Yeah, but that's why drop scores are there. But obviously, once Jay come into it, and Racer Brown saw the end of his winning streak and got a 3rd and a 7th at Willow Springs, something like that.
Yeah, he did not have a good one at Willow Springs. He had your Laguna Seca at Willow Springs.
Yeah. Where did he finish? 6th at Willow Springs. Yeah. So
But yeah, Supers, I can't wait. I mean, I can't wait for the GT. Oh, whatever it's called. There's so many championships. Well, the ones we've got starting next.
What ones have we got starting next? Then thingy, go on. Go through
GT, hang on, I can get to it. I'll get to it. GT something or other. Hang on. GT Superstars? GT's... It's not in the sign-up anymore. Oh, Super GTs, there you go. GT, I was close. Super GTs.
Yeah.
Super.
Are they not in the sign-ups anymore? Yeah, they are.
Oh, he likes the idea for... Oh, Pat, when I said he'd come up with a good idea, he says the SF livery for Ruben with BRC colours. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. We've got the Super GTs, and then we're back with them. And I'm guessing, I know one of them asked about giving them a heads up and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure anyone who took part in the WES, the World Endurance Series with the Hyundais, they'll get first dibs when they'll get asked before it actually goes up for general sign-up, I'd imagine.
Past
he wants to run the championship over.
Yeah, that'll be up to Racer Brown.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming because I know.
So if he doesn't want me to delete everybody out of the role, then let me know. Because otherwise, I will. Yeah. And empty it.
Yes. That's one for you, Racer Brown, to jump on Skyjacker about. And I just saw someone asking. I think it was today or the other day when they were like, "Oh, when it's coming round again, we don't want to miss out on that one, especially if it's rolling over."
Best stay in best stay up to date in the server and keep active. And
well, yeah.
That way, then you don't miss out on things. I mean, I know that Kale. There's some people that get. Kale's one who was upset that he nearly missed Max 5 one season and stuff like that. It's like, well, as a rule, it's all first come, first served.
Yeah.
So but
definitely, it is usually yes. Superman, he said, are there any pre-bookings for the Super?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's it's Racer Brown's baby. So
yeah.
It is usually general sign-up, but he might send you a private message.
He just has.
Give you a heads up.
Yeah, I was going to ask to that, but if that's what you want to do, Racer Brown, mate, no problem. Sorry, he just sent me a PM. Yeah. So, but also for anybody, I know there's only 9 in there at the minute. Next Thursday, will see the sign-ups open for GTMC Season 5.
Oh my God! This time it's personal.
It's the return.
The return of the GTMC.
That will open
the
up
day
next.
Has shifted.
That will open up next Thursday, on the 9th.
What's your two favourite Group 4 and Group 3 cars? But they've got to be the same manufacturer.
Who, me personally?
No.
Oh, anybody.
Going to sign up.
Oh, right.
You banned the Hef, so yours would be Audi. Oh no, because the Audi Group 3 is awful, isn't it?
I can't drive the Group 3 Audi, but yeah, the FF cars are out. Then they're not an option.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favourite Group 3 is the Supra. So.
Oh yeah, you had a season in them, didn't you?
Yeah, last season.
Yeah,
last season.
Yeah, but you filled out some survey, so you get the Group 4 one. Not everyone gets Group 4 one, do they?
Should have filled out the survey then, shouldn't they?
I didn't even know about the survey. I've got to send another email from him asking me questions about my mental health.
Oh yeah, I got that. That's
joking. Your GT Sport asking about
mental health.
Daily races. It's not good after a daily race.
Yeah. Well, that the Oxford University or something like that in conjunction with Polyphony Digital. But yeah.
I just laughed when I saw that. I thought, what? After the daily races, that is not the game to be asking. Maybe something like Minecraft or some chilled game where you don't really get stressed about something.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing really on the line.
No. A savage day on daily races, getting bashed to hell. Yeah, it's great for my mental health. I feel great after that. It really cleanses my centre.
To be fair though, man, the competition in here isn't exactly cleansing for your centre either, is it? Not saying it's a crash fest like the dailies, because it's far from it. You know, the vast majority of the time. But yeah, the level of competition is normally quite stressful.
Yeah, well, Bathurst last night looked stressful. The amount of, I mean, I couldn't believe that World Endurance Series. I mean, Racer Brown was so nervous about going full damage. Is it the first one we've done? First championship with full damage?
Yeah, first championship we've done with full damage, yeah.
And it really was okay. It's like hardly anyone was affected with it. It was like
I think it was literally just Bathurst, wasn't it, that actually like caused the problem with damage.
Yeah. It was just a wreck fest, and not into each other. It's just the walls.
The walls, yeah. Just quite a skitty car as well, from personal experience.
Yeah, the Hyundai.
Yeah, understeery 1 second, oversteery the other second. Just to answer a question that I've had.
Okay.
Initially with GTMC, I doubt very much it's going to fill up like last time, purely because it's on a Thursday. Thursdays generally aren't our most popular nights, which is why I like running them on a Thursday. So I doubt very much it's going to fill up like it did last time. If it does, by some miracle, fill up like last time, and I'm talking about 16 sign-ups in 5 minutes, doubt it somehow. But if it does, then depending on how many it is, depends on what contingency I use. Okay, so if we only have enough for 1.5 lobbies, I will go back to what I've previously stated in the announcement channel, where I will use the stat sheet we have, and the more reliable driver or the new driver will have precedent over somebody who misses half a season or quits out of races all the time or something like that. If we go to 2.5 lobbies, then I'll look at being more inclusive. But what I don't want to do is do what we did last time and have 2 lobbies, and then halfway through the season we've got enough to merge into one. It's pointless. I've got no issues in doing multi-lobbies if we've got people that are going to turn up the vast majority of the time and are going to actually stick it out and have near enough 2 full lobbies when we finish.
Someone's still in pain from GTMC4.
I'm more in pain of what was dumped on my lap. Yeah.
Hey, no, I know. I won't steer you down that one. I don't want to start getting Skyjacker Ramsden before bedtime. I'll let his wife do that.
Just got headphones back on now, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know.
But yeah,
I had to commentate on that show as well, remember?
I know.
With about 5 people in one lobby and 7 people in another lobby, and you're just thinking this is a nightmare. Where did everyone go?
But there wasn't really, we could have merged lobbies, but because we had people missing 2 rounds and coming back for one, missing another round and coming back, and stuff like that, it wasn't going to be an easy way of doing it. And
no.
It was difficult, but anyway, that was in the past.
Someone might miss out on points because they've had 2 people from another lobby finish ahead of them, and they're like, "Well, I was chasing the championship. I was chasing the championship." Say,
well, for instance, and I think
Guesty, and then they've got 2 people in between them, and it's like, but they weren't even here for half the season, so now they're taking out points.
But I think that now, if we were to do multiple lobbies, we're in a better place now.
Oh, you've got the ranking system now.
To be able to segregate the lobbies a lot more fairly. Because, I mean, who was it? Was it Matt Psycho that was doing the pace sheets at the time? And he was working out. He started it, yeah. I think he got most of the way through the season. But he actually worked out that the top 3 or 4 drivers from lobby 2 should have been in lobby 1. And vice versa, the bottom 3 or 4 drivers in lobby 1
ended up in the wrong. Yeah, because Alphanut, you 2 got split, didn't you? You're in the same team, and that doesn't really go with what the GTMC thing was about.
Yeah, I don't.
And it seemed really weird.
Yeah, it was out of my hands at that point.
No, I know you weren't running that one, but I remember just thinking that was so bizarre. And I know you and Alpha are pretty much similar pace, so I didn't see how you could be in one and he could be in another. It was a very bizarre split. It was bizarre. It was a very strange split.
Yeah, but obviously, like I said, now if it was to happen now, we're in a much better place now than what we were.
Yeah, well, the 1v1s, I don't know if guys. Oh yeah, and that got released. Didn't even mention it. I don't know if they watched it. Sorry, guys. Slacking. That wasn't on my bit of paper.
Hold on, here's one. If you haven't watched the 1v1 video yet, wave your hand. They've all watched it. There you go. So 100% of the world has watched it. That was awesome.
It was amazing because, honest to God, that intro, it was on a pause screen, and I just read like the bit out of Discord. So what Talaran did with that, even I was like, "Oh my God, that is some extraordinary editing."
I'm not gonna lie. I thought he'd sent you it for you to read it. I thought he'd sent you it as a script.
No, yeah, it was something. I just was going through the, it was off the cuff, and it was like reading off of Discord, and I didn't know what he was going to do with it. When I sent it to him, I said, "Look, I couldn't do, all I could do was pause it and give it an intro. I didn't think you'd want it on the first race, so that is what it is." And then when I watched it back, I was like, it looks like I'm actually talking over the top of that, the way he spliced it together.
Yeah, it's
brilliant. It was very impressive.
Very good. And I thought the racing was also very good for the the very large part of it.
Yeah, it was very tight. Sort of them races. I mean, you could see they were well matched. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
All the way through.
Yeah, 100%. Can't wait to watch the quarterfinals.
I can't wait to do them again.
Again, yeah, because you got to redo them, yeah.
I'm trying to give it a few days, a couple of rounds in, like doing other live streams, and then I'll forget what the results are, and then I'll come back.
Well, yeah, but you've got a week, in you? You've got till next week, really, because obviously Talaran's not about on holiday on his holiday bobs.
No, I don't know how much we should discuss, because I think. Is he going to do the semis is he doing the whole thing as that? Because I started having ideas. Well, what the hell? I want to say the ideas here, because I know the quarters are going to be a similar thing to what he did with that. We're going to do it off screen. So
the quarters are off replay with him splicing them together the way he did with round 1. The semis and the final, his aim is to find a time that is suitable for all 4 drivers to have in one lobby at the same time, and even if that is 3 o'clock in the morning, you're getting up and streaming it.
Fair enough. Because it was just, I thought if they did the semis as out off thing, and it was only just the final that was getting streamed, we could have a Goodwood festival, man. We could have like a few races leading up to the big grand final or something like that. Just a few support.
Yeah, they have some
races,
undercard races if you like. That's not a bad shout actually.
Just you know,
ping it in an idea to it.
Yeah, well, I was going to jot it down, but you know, it was something that came to me today when I was trying to think, like, I've got to jump back on them because I've got a bit of spare time tomorrow, so I think I'm going to try and do the quarterfinals tomorrow. And I thought, I wonder what his plan is to do with the semis and the actual final, because I know that was the plan to go live with them, wasn't it?
Yeah. But if it's an idea you've had, it sounds like a quality idea, mate. I'll just ping it to him in a message or in the admin chat or something. And see what he thinks. I mean, I've already sent him some ideas for what we could do for next time.
Well, I think you could be bigger next time. I think you could have more than 16. You could have a round before the last 16.
Well, we were thinking of
off screen.
My one was like a group stage, you know, like the World Cup sort of thing. You know, but
like the top two go through.
Yeah, so the top two go through, and then the top one from one group plays the second one from another group, and vice versa all the way through.
I mean, it was Jim's brainchild, wasn't it? I mean, and Salaran has developed it into something really quite tasty. So, and it could be expanded on it. It's got a lot of scope there, hasn't it? But,
it's realistically, it can go as big as everybody in the server. Especially if...
Because I was even thinking your champion, you tried to get that Champions of Champions. I thought you could even have a Champions of Champions edition. You wanted that champion.
Yeah, Race of Champions, but...
Race of Champions, sorry.
Apparently, the races I picked were too hard for guys that beat everybody else in the server. So they cried off.
Ooh, God, do you have a lot of salt on your pizza topping?
Yeah.
Quite salty.
What was it? There was one of them. Was it the F1500 and T at Spa in the wet? Somebody cried about that. There was the Isle of Man Subaru at Fisherman's Ranch. Somebody cried about that. There was the crossbow at Lego Maggiore West. Somebody cried about that, if I remember rightly. So, yeah.
I know. But I thought that format, if you wanted to bring that Race of Champions, it would work in that format.
Yeah, but that's how in real life Race of Champions works, isn't it? It's just one-on-ones and stuff like that.
They have a go in everything, don't they?
Yeah.
That's
but I mean,
the whole point of it.
Yeah, we could, like you said, man, we could make it. Well, it can go wherever it wants to go.
It's got a lot of scope there, I think. Yeah. It's very nice. I like it. I liked it anyway. The first round was brilliant, and I'm looking forward to doing the second round. But I just, because I didn't know if he wanted to do, I wasn't sure if he was doing the semis and the final at the same time, because this, you know, it's mud, isn't it, the semis?
Yeah.
Going from mud then straight to Goodwood, it's, some people don't like doing it, do they? They don't like changing formats.
Some people don't like the mud either.
In a one evening.
No. Well, obviously, with the privy information I've got, so somebody messaged me saying, got this person. It's like, yeah, but it's in the mud. You don't like it in the mud.
No. That's it, yeah. No, I thought it's not a slam dunk. It's not a slam dunk, really. To be fair,
man, I don't think any of the races have been particularly slam dunk. Even looking at the quarterfinals, you know, you've been obviously, like I said, privy, seeing what's happening and who's going through and stuff like that, and you've had to sit there and watch it to see what's going on. Nothing's really been a foregone conclusion so far, and I don't think anything is still.
But yeah, it was like I said today or the other day. I just thought to myself, we could have our Goodwood Festival of Speed we've always spoke about behind the scenes with it coming to the finale of that Goodwood race.
That's a brilliant idea, actually. And then the finals are best of three, isn't it? Best of three race.
Three lap races.
Yeah,
so,
three lap races.
I mean, you could have the whole thing. You could, if it was if everyone was up for it, except for the two that even the two that are racing at the end might want to do the first sort of support races, but they don't have to be long races, do they? Just 3 laps in an expo around Goodwood, and I don't know. I'm just picking cards that we don't use that often or something like that.
Well, them Fugu things were fun there the other day.
They were. That was good.
What was it? MTC Media Day.
Yeah. So there's been a couple even, or even using cars from the earlier rounds at Goodwood as support races.
Yeah, something
they
like
can
that.
all come back if they wanted to come back in their cars, and so it was. Yeah, it was just something I thought of today. I should have probably said it more privately rather than on this. But this is what the pit stop's about. It's just chewing the fat and shoving ideas out there. So
I think it's a great
just
idea.
Because I didn't. Yeah, but like I said earlier, it's probably Talleyrand or something about it rather than see what he says. Because I think he has an idea already, doesn't he? And it's like, when you have an idea, it's a bit crap when people are starting to say, "You should do this."
Yeah, no, but just suggesting it, just pumping it to him as a look. We could do it this way if you want, sort of thing. You don't have to say to him, you don't have to bang the table and go, "You're going to do it this way, or I'll quit." And then we'll turn around and go, "You don't quit. We sack you first."
Yeah, even if you do quit, we're just going to say you suck. So.
But yeah, so there's no harm in just suggesting an idea, mate. Never.
Yeah, and it's just because the production was so good on that first one. I thought that'd be brilliant. Doing 4 races, it's not enough.
I was literally gobsmacked. I mean, I've watched a lot of the things Talleyrand's put together over the last few years, and every time he absolutely takes me back with his level of workmanship. I mean, when I go back to when I think back to the original MTCC promo video that actually got me to join Virtual Racers Club. That was on another level, for way back then. The one for 1v1 is absolutely awesome, really is. So, all right, we've been on for 2 hours.
Yes, we should wrap it up. I'm surprised these people are still here listening.
I'm surprised week by week, man. And when I saw that the video stream from last week got 35 views, I can't believe people sit there and listen to what's going on about nothing.
I listened to some of it. I had it on at work, although YouTube's a bit of a pain because you have to have the screen open. You can't just close the screen and put it in your pocket.
Not unless you pay for premium.
Pay for YouTube?
Yeah.
I have to adverts for that. My new Rockstar. It's not even like the adverts that because I'm obviously banging into the Marvel stuff. After I've watched an episode of What If or any kind of Marvel thing, I'll go straight to this group that are called New Rockstars that show you every Easter egg and take the episode to pieces.
Yeah.
And not only do I have to sit through 2 adverts at the beginning of it, then right in the middle of their show, they're like, "That's why I do all that joking about Brewdog." And
yeah. They do the adverts for the sponsors.
T-shirts and when I'm in a pickle, I like to use Stethoscope or whatever new thing that they're getting money from, and I just think, oh come on, I have to flick the button to try and skip for about 30-40 seconds to get rid of their own advert.
Yeah,
I'm like, what's going on with YouTube?
Marketing, money.
Yeah, I know. Money talks, doesn't it?
Apparently so.
Where's our money, Skyjacker? Where's our money? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well,
we keep giving it away for charity. That's what.
Well,
suckers, isn't we?
The dream is to one day hopefully make something out of VRC, but it's a labour of love. So.
No, I know.
But don't worry, guys. We won't do what some other groups have done and try charging on you guys to come and race with us. That's never going to happen. Not in a million years.
The only way you'll have to pay to play is it'd be like that charity thing.
Yes. Yes. No.
Pay for your slot on some poor kids or people looking after poor kids and stuff. Or we'll get Racer Brown to jump out of an aeroplane.
Yeah, we could do that next time. See how quick. See how many laps we can do whilst Racer Brown's jumping out of an aeroplane. All for charity. What do you reckon I'll be? Alright, anyway. Let's go.
Yes, we'll wrap this up. Alright, guys. Thanks for for joining us again. I don't know where we get it from. I always start this without a clue what we're going to talk about, and we end up rambling on for a couple of hours, which is amazing. It is unbelievable.
It is brilliant.
We have this much to talk about.
and so, half of it's just junk. It's just throwaway, isn't it? But yeah,
it is. It really is. Pizza toppings, veggie delight, man, no lie.
Yeah,
well, you're differently now, man.
Well, yeah, but you like barbecue chicken.
I'm with your wife on this one.
Yeah, no, don't.
Hey, that's not my choice. I like the New Yorker.
The New Yorker.
The New Yorker.
All right. Then.
Yeah.
Has that got bagel on it? Yeah. Anyway, no, let's not digress and get back into it. No, come on, let's go. It's bedtime.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll start again when we will go around again for another 2 hours. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening and stuff like that. That's us, my beautiful host, Skyjacker, and myself, Thingamajig, for another pit stop. He was on tyres this time. I was on fuel because he took ages getting the nozzle in. So.